Walking into a restaurant can sound simple until the host says, "Follow me to your table." Because from that moment on, I'm navigating in a space that was not designed for someone like me. The lighting changes. People are seated at tables all around the room. I'm trying to track where the host is walking, all while trying to rely on the little vision I still have. And over time, you start figuring out how to handle moments like this. Hey friends, welcome back. My name is John, and if this is your first time visiting my channel, I want to say thank you for stopping by. I live in New York City, and I have retinitis pigmentosa, which gradually narrows my vision over time. In the last video, I talked about the changes I've experienced with vision loss. But today, I want to show something a little different. What everyday life looks like now. Most spaces we move through every day are built around visual information. When I walk into a new restaurant, the first challenge is simply understanding the space. Most people, they walk into a restaurant and instantly understand the environment. For me, it takes a little more work, even like finding the right door. In New York City especially, there's a lot of restaurants that are literally next to each other. And the entrance can also be crowded with people waiting to be seated. And they could be moving all in different directions. And then the host says, "Right this way." Sometimes the lighting is bright enough and I can follow them. Other times, the space is dim and it becomes much harder to track where they're going. So I might ask them to slow down or ask if I can hold their arm so that they can guide me to the table. Once I sit down, there are other small things that most people never think about. Reading the menu. Sometimes I'll check it on my phone where I can adjust the contrast. At other times, I'll just ask the server to walk me through it. And when the food arrives, there's a moment that people talk about all the time. People say you eat with your eyes first. For me, I eat with my mouth first. Taste, texture, smell, those become much more of the experience for me. Even small things like dropping a utensil or napkin on the floor can be challenging. If I drop something, it's almost impossible for me to visually locate it again. The server will pick it up from the floor and get me a new one. And then there's the restroom. In an unfamiliar space, something simple as finding the sink, soap dispenser, or paper towels becomes its own navigation exercise. And the restroom is not a place you want to be touching everywhere. None of this is impossible. It just takes more awareness, more attention. And over time, you start to get used to it. A lot of everyday interactions also rely on visual cues. Eye contact, body language, a handshake. Sometimes I'll initiate the handshake first, because if someone puts out their hand silently, I might not see it, and I usually don't. There are also moments when people want to help, but they aren't sure how to. I remember one time when I was crossing the street with my white cane and someone suddenly grabbed my arm because they were worried that I might trip on the curb. Their intention was kind, but my cane had already told me that the curb was there. So when someone grabs you unexpectedly like that, it can actually be more disorienting than helpful. Other times, people want to help, but stay silent. Something as simple as saying, "Hey, I'm opening the door for you," that can make a big difference. Because when communication becomes more verbal, it gives me information I can actually use. And over time, you start building little systems. Not because the world changes, but because you do. And those systems can look different depending on where you are. For someone with little or no usable vision, those systems become how they understand the world. For me, I'm somewhere in between. I still have some usable vision, so a lot of what I do is a combination of using what I can see and building systems for what I can't. For example, when I arrive home, I know that it takes exactly 17 steps from the sidewalk to get to my front door. Knowing this helps me to safely navigate when I get home after the sun has gone down. Even where I sit at a table becomes something I think about. One of my eyes has more usable vision than the other one. So I'll naturally position myself so that people are sitting more on my left side. Other systems don't rely on vision at all. When I'm walking with friends or a family member, I'll ask them to use something like a clock system. Instead of saying, "Go right" or "Go left," they will say something like 10 o'clock or 2 o'clock. And that gives me a much clearer sense of direction. And even at the table, the same idea shows up. If someone was describing where the food was on my plate, they might say something like, hey, the steak is at the 3 o'clock and something else is at the 9 o'clock. And small habits start to matter too, like keeping my drink on the same side, so I don't have to look for it. I just know where it is. And even then, they don't always work. None of these systems are perfect, but together, they make everyday life possible. It's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about finding ways to keep moving through the world. Living with vision loss hasn't meant stepping away from life. It's meant learning how to navigate it differently. Sometimes it means slowing down. Sometimes it means asking for help. And sometimes it just means building small systems that help make the world easier to move through. If you're curious about how people experience the world differently, you're in the right place. This is another look into the blind spot. I'll see you in the next one.